now with Donald Trump's campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski. He joins me from New York. Corey, thank you so much for being with us. Donald Trump out in front in the latest polling, way out in front in some cases. What I want to know is, how is the candidate preparing? Is he getting ready for this debate any differently than he did for the first debate?
Well, thanks for having me on, and I do want to say, Mr. Trump will be prepared for the debate in California. As you know, we're going to Dallas tonight, where he's going to be hosting a large rally at the American Airlines Center. We expect a capacity crowd there. And the real thing is, his message is resonating with the American public. The polling indicates that, and I think you'll see Donald Trump come prepared to discuss the issues that you guys want to talk about and the American people want to hear about on Wednesday night in California.
So one of the things that Donald Trump has been discussing, or one of the things he discussed at least once with Rolling Stone, was Carly Fiorina's face. I know you don't need me to, but let me read you back exactly what he told Rolling Stone. He said, "Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that? The face of our next president." Well, now, Corey, a super PAC backing Carly Fiorina has sort of capitalized on that statement and put out a new campaign video. I want you to watch this for just a few seconds.
Party. We are not a special interest group. We are the majority of the nation. This is the face of a 61-year-old woman. I am proud of every year and every wrinkle.
I'm proud of every wrinkle. And, of course, if you watch more of that video, it actually shows different faces of different women saying, "Look at this face. This is my face." A lot of references about faces. Corey, your reaction?
Well, look, I think here's the problem is you've got a super PAC, which is a bunch of anonymous donors giving money to someone, and then they go out and can make any claims that they want to, and they're perfectly able to do that. This is the issue, is these candidates are all beholden to these super PACs. Jeb Bush has raised $100 million. We know they're going to go and spend hundreds of millions of dollars going after Mr. Trump. This is everything that's wrong with the American political system right now, is these candidates go out, they raise money, they go out and they raise money for super PACs, and then they say, well, we really don't have anything to do with these super PACs, so they can go and say whatever they want.
It's wrong for a group to say, hey, we're women, look at our faces, we support Carly Fiorina?
No, it's not. It's not the message. It's not the message I'm talking about. It's the fact that these super PACs are out there. They have huge amounts of money being funneled into them, so they can go out and attack candidates if that's what they want to do, or give any message they want. That's fine. But the difference with Mr. Trump is we don't have super PACs. We're not raising money. We're not beholden to these special interests. And what happens is all these other candidates want to go out and raise this money, and then they're beholden to those donors if and when they were to be elected.
Well, they're beholden to those donors. Campaign finance is a separate issue, Corey, but so is commenting about a woman's face. And if you have this group and you have all these women in this video talking about how they feel very comfortable with their faces, you have Carly Fiorina talking about how she's earned her wrinkles, don't they have the right to defend her if your boss is going to attack her and her face?
Look, super PACs have the right to do that. The Supreme Court has ruled on it. They're welcome to do that. But you have to remember what a super PAC is. It's a bunch of wealthy donors who want to get together, who want to say a message that traditionally, other campaigns don't do. This is the problem with the dark money that's involved in politics right now. We know Jeb Bush has $100 million sitting in a super PAC. I'm sure the vast majority of that is going to go and come after Mr. Trump, because Jeb Bush is now at 8% in the polls or less in the last poll. This is what the American people don't want anymore. They don't want these super PACs.
Let me ask you about George Pataki and Bobby Jindal, two Republican candidates who over the last few days have suggested that if Donald Trump becomes the nominee, they will not vote for him in the general election. Corey, you were pressured. Donald Trump was pressured to sign this pledge that no matter what happens in the Republican primary, he will support the Republican nominee. He will not run as a third-party candidate. Do you think now that every candidate needs to stand up and say that if Trump is the nominee, they will support him? And if they're not willing to say that, will he back out of the pledge and say, hey, you know what, I might run as a third-party candidate?
Well, look, it's my understanding that both of those individuals either signed that same exact pledge or said they would sign that exact same pledge. This is the problem with politicians. They're all talk, they're no action. They'll say something, then they'll change their mind. Nothing gets done with these people. So, look, the bottom line is they're so upset that Mr. Trump is so clearly the front runner in this race that they're trying to do anything to gain attention for themselves, and it's clearly not working. They continue to go down in the polls, and Mr. Trump continues to go up in the polls. So if they don't want to keep their word, they don't want to hold to their word, that's on them, not on us.
Do you think it invalidates the whole idea of this pledge that the Republican Party has made you sign, though?
Well, look, I think these people put their name on a piece of paper saying they were going to do something, and this is what politicians do. They do something when they think it's expedient for them to do that, and then they change their mind, 2 weeks later. If they put their name on a piece of paper and pledge to support the nominee, even if it is not going to be them, then that's what they should do. Clearly, they don't want to do that because they know they're not going to be the nominee.
So, Corey, one of the things that Donald Trump likes to stay on the stump is he says Latino voters love him. Hispanics love him. He points to, I think, a poll in Nevada showing him doing okay among Hispanic voters. But a new poll out from Marist and Telemundo, a new poll suggests that he's not doing so well among Latino voters. Look at this. 70% of people in this new poll among Latinos have a very or somewhat negative view of Donald Trump. 70%. That's a lot.
Well, look, we can look at all the polls we want to. Every poll that has been out in the last 8 weeks has shown Donald Trump as the clear front runner in this race. We have seen that Mr. Trump now beats Hillary Clinton head-to-head. There's no question about that. In the last poll, CNN's own poll shows Mr. Trump as a clear front runner. We see that he does exceptionally well with African Americans. 25% of those polled, African Americans, say they're supporting Trump. 33 to 42% of the Asian population is supporting Donald Trump. These are people who don't traditionally support Republican candidates, but his message resonates because it's time to make America great again.
Corey, besides Donald Trump, who do you have your eye on in this debate? Who does Donald Trump have his eye on? Who's he most worried about?
Well, I think obviously you have a number of candidates on the stage who have held elective office and have been involved with national foreign policy and national defense spending issues. And so, we will let those candidates decide how they're going to prepare for their own debate. We only worry about the campaign that we're involved with, which is the Trump campaign.
Corey Lewandowski, great to have you.